The other evening, I was at a bar wearing my shirt here after a client training and workshop because often I ask my coaches in my other Scrum Master to wear the Agile Lounge stuff. And the guy says like, "Hey, what is the your coach of what in Agile?" And he was starting to talk with me about CrossFit and CrossFit Montreal and everything. So that was like kind of funny because every time it's happening, whether I wear my winter jacket with Next Level Agile, they ask me, "Where's that gym? I wanna go to that gym because we want to be Next Level Agile." Because yes, Agile is a sports teams. So start thinking like I often do, and this is it today. Quick capsule of the Friday Live Agile or the Dare Real Agile podcast. I'm your host, Coach AF. Stay there. We're going to talk about it like right now, baby. Give me some bits. All right, so yeah, these kind of question when I'm wearing my gear, and people often still associate agile with, of course, this beautiful how could I say, beautiful sports thing. Yeah, the athlete should be more agile, and as some of you probably know, I'm in the process of stabilizing my weight, and I'd like to reach a kind of respectable kilograms for hygienic purpose and prevention of chronic disease. Because I'm so far so good, I've got no worries. I have no chronic disease, even if I reach 50 years old. Still don't need glasses. I'm still healthy because I eat well. Well, I eat well most of the day, except on Friday and Saturday. Sometimes we go with the junk food. But the point is, I know I'm overweight and I'm working on it because that's the spirit of making a massive action plan. And often when I wear my gear like this right now, the Agile Lounge or the Next Level Agile sweatshirt, people come and says like, "Hey, hold on a second, man. You telling me that you are an Agile coach and you're overweight." So that doesn't compute for them. But the thing is, that's it. Like, take your body as an example. You want to be agile. You want to move more like efficiently. You want to go through more flexibility with your body. You want to do some stretching and stuff. And you realize one thing. If you're not lean enough, if your body is not lean enough, generally speaking, because I know some people will tell me, don't do that body shaming. Some people are kind of fat, but they have a better cardio than this. Yes, I know that. I'm not talking about the exception here. I'm talking about the generality and the causality of things. And if you apply the observation, empirical observation, if you're not lean enough, most of the time, your agility of movement is not quite right either. And I realize that because some of my friends and I, when we say, especially in the winter here in Montreal, when you start taking your breath because you just lace your boots, or you just try to move out to pick up something on the floor, and it's getting harder and harder, so you lose your agility because you're not lean enough. And that makes me think. A lot of people argue Agile is an umbrella with a lot of things below and stuff, and they don't get it because the real fact is Agile is just a name. It's just an adjective that people, both like we are February the 21st now, so maybe a couple of almost 25 years ago, and Utah, they gathered together and they say, like, let's do this manifesto. Yeah, well, actually, manifesto was the outcome, and they call it Agile because they want to send this image. And remember, like, most of the 17 co-signers of this manifesto were from Extreme Programming and Scrum, which was Lean Project Management System from Takashi Onoto and others. So they already were using terms of this Australian rugby. Extreme, and then they put programming, Scrum, and then so Agile was the outcome. We have to be agile in this VUCA world and this uncertainty, this customer changing often, and classical project management have been proved wrong, because with the change request process and all these procurement and big process, big documentation, so you lose it. And in the today's economy, even more, you lose it. So, of course, in the 1980s, there was the Six Sigma, like all of these bullshitter engineer that came up with the Lean University and stuff like this. But at some point, they were right. They were right, because how could you ask a team to do Scrum software development and even Agile software development with the Scrum system if your organization is not lean enough? So it's the same thing as your body. You want to go do 10 slide of 10 swim line, but you realize that you're too heavy. So if you're too heavy, how could you achieve that goal of being agile? So I do believe that instead of reimagining Agile, of Agile Alliance, and even then merging with the classical project management and this need to return to these old pantoufles, these old slippers of project management, like if project management is going to save the day again with all of those people and risk management and all of those people, and they just think, so it's a counter-revolution. You're like 2025 right now after the split. So yeah, so like it's the counter-revolution, and people believe that the old system of the 1950s and 1960s of PMI will save the day in an ever-changing world. And even though if we could agree that some chapter of PMI around the world have adopting this agile mindset, but then again, you could not be a great consultant into an enterprise if you just bring this kind of hybridation of agile project management. And if an organization don't need to be time to market, if an organization doesn't need to be into they don't have to disrupt their market, it's like, okay, be my guest and do these kind of project management with some technique that help you. I'm open like this. I have no problem with that at some point. But when a stakeholder has come to me and says like, we want to be more agile because we would like to beat our competition, we would like to disrupt our market or our domain, and we'd like to be more creative and to propose innovation. So how could you do that? So right now, what I'm realizing, especially with some of my network in the United States, is the open space technology with all of those who do the things, all of those who work in technology and IT and software development, to bridge with the business people, mainly the marketing, the creative, and the innovator. I think an open space from Harrison Owen, and now lead by the Open Leadership Network and Open Space Agility, I do believe that that's the way to go, at least to start up a process. But then again, returning to the bar, asking me, how could you be an Agile coach if you're not lean enough? That make me think that if your enterprise had a process-driven PMI style, PM box style, for years and years and years and years, with a PMO orchestrating everything, with portfolio management, with program management, with project manager all over the place calling the shot, with all of these process, these gating process, this big long time of approving design and phasing stuff. And if you do an open space, I bet you could create this kind of lean startup. But here's the thing. I realize in my almost 25 years career now that those, especially the big enterprise, who kind of achieve what they call their agile transformation, because you know me, I don't believe in this agile transformation. But for those of them, they said, oh yeah, we attain it. They were, years prior, adopting some kind of lean thinking system, and at least they were lean. They were like kind of ready for agile. So for me, it's like if you look at the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, they went too fast. So that's why it fell. So here's the thing. That's a funny thing because they say, oh, Agile should be like for delivering faster. Yes, but you better work smarter as well. If you don't want to have complainers saying like, oh, Agile sucks, Agile don't work, Scrum is pissing me off and this and that. Because, because what? Yeah, because no preparation and you just switch to a big, like in the case of Russia, it was like the Tsar, a big monarchy, you know, and all the way down to an utopia, communist type of thing from book and theories. So don't you see? It looks a lot like what I described of my colleague, part of the 97% of fake Agile coach with only 3 days in an hotel. They're certified Scrum or they're certified Agile, whatever my ass, and then they go to the enterprise and they propose this theory. So here's the thing. So if you'd like to transform a PMO and an organization for its delivery from PMI classical to Agile right away with technique and other stuff like could be aggressive, I think that's why it's failed. That was my reflection. And it's the same thing if you and I want to go to a new training program to lose weight. That's the thing. So because it's not just to lose weight, it's because you want to be more agile on your bicycling. You'd like to be more agile when you do snowboarding and stuff like this. But generally speaking, again, if your body is too heavy, if you're not lean enough, you won't be able to be agile on the ski slope. You got me? So it's the same thing, I believe, that we could like project into an enterprise. If the enterprise is very heavy, with lots of process, with lots of management, with lots of impediment, it will take you a lot of time to have teams asking to drop and prod things and always call for exception. So this is where we probably kind of agree to disagree or disagree to agree that this is what people call an agile transformation because they know they cannot between C-level people and between mid-level manager, all these ego trip and stuff. So you need to change the rule of the game. But I'm saying if you put your organization into a lean slight period of time and the critical department that could be more agile in their delivery, then it's going to be more easy. That was my 10 minutes thought after that conversation at the bar the other day, talking about an individual body. How could you be a coach agile if you're not lean enough? That was the question. So I do believe that all of the consultants out there that do work and change management and this business agility, also consulting like me, we should also observe it into the enterprise. Is if the enterprise lean enough to be ready enough to go into more agility. Otherwise, you could not have agile behavior if you're stuck into an heavy kind of waiting, process-driven organization within a kind of a PMI classic mindset, still controlling the intake and the outcome. It won't work. That's my thoughts. So tell me in the comment below what you think about it. And we will return to a more Scrum, Enterprise Scrum, business agility talk for the English program of the Friday Live Agile and the Day Real Agile. So Friday Live Agile now is no more every Friday at 12 noon. It will happen when it's happening, like the open space. And for the Day Real Agile, we're gonna maintain, especially for the audio podcaster, the last Friday of the month. And in French, un café avec Frédéric every first Friday of the month. So except those two podcasts, Friday Live Agile and the others. And yes, time is evolving. Agile Lounge is changing to a Phoenix something. I won't say that much. And probably my company PAL solution will take over a lot more. And things are changing in my professional career, so I might be more absent. But I love to do this, and I love to exchange with you. So be there. Give me a like. Buy me a coffee if you like. All the links are in the description. And until next time, remember who you truly are. You are wonderful. You are powerful. And you are free to be whoever you wanted to be and to do whatever you wanted to do in respect of one another. Cheers. Happy weekend.